Have you ever wondered how a person can smile on the outside, but silently break on the inside? How he can laugh with her, post his perfect little moments, walk around like he's fine, while behind closed doors, he's staring at the ceiling, wondering why he can't stop thinking about you. No messages, no calls, no apology. But deep down, the silence is loud. He thought you'd always be there. He thought walking away wouldn't cost him anything, but what he didn't expect was your absence becoming the one thing he can't escape. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And right now he's trying to live like you never mattered, but pretending you were just another chapter. That's taking all the courage he has left. Because what he's really doing is crying in silence, not with tears, but with guilt, with regret, with memories that don't fade. The way you smiled at him, the way you stood by him, the way you gave everything, thinking love would be enough. But now, the one who gave the most is gone. You see, relationships don't fall apart in one moment. They die slowly when love is taken for granted. He didn't lose you when he walked away. He lost you the moment he thought you wouldn't. He believed you'd wait. He believed he could leave and return when he wanted. But he didn't understand something very simple. When a woman loves hard, she walks away even harder. Imagine a beautiful garden that's been watered every day. The flowers bloom, the air smells sweet, the ground is full of life. But the moment the gardener stops caring, stops showing up, stops nurturing it, the garden doesn't die all at once. It withers, quietly, slowly, until one day there's nothing left to save. That's what happened to your love. You were the garden, and now you've grown somewhere else. And he's sitting where the flowers used to bloom, wondering why everything feels so empty now. He might smile in public, he might look like he's happy, but his soul knows the truth. He lost something real, and real love doesn't knock twice. Now he lies awake in the silence of his own choices. He scrolls through old photos, replays your voice in his head, remembers the way you made him feel like he could conquer the world. But now, there's no one left to remind him who he used to be when you were around. But you're not the same woman anymore. No more waiting, no more hoping, no more holding your breath for a message that never comes. You've stepped into something bigger now, stronger, clearer. And no, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally remembered who you are. You are not the one who gets left behind. You are not the one who begs for love. You are not the one who waits for someone to see your worth. You are the one who walks away with grace and never looks back. Lovely woman, your heart may be tired, but your spirit, unbroken. And when you rise, you don't just walk, you reign. The tears you cried were not weakness, they were the beginning of your power. And now you wear your silence like a crown. The silence he once ignored has become the loudest thing in his life. Welcome to your new life, Queen. Let him cry. Let him miss you. Let him feel the weight of the love he lost. You are already long gone, and you are never coming back. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your strength, your worth, and the love you gave so freely, then take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you powerful, healing, and life-changing content because you deserve messages that remind you who you truly are. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are rising, and we're rising with you. Number 1. He will smile in public, but bleed in private. Have you ever seen a man laugh with a crowd, smile in photos, even look like he's living his best life? But deep inside, something is missing. that strange emptiness behind his eyes, that heavy silence when he's finally alone? That's not peace, it's pain. It's the silent cry he hides behind his smile. He will not say it out loud. He won't admit that losing you changed something inside him. But it did. He feels the absence. He feels the loss. And even if his world looks fine on the outside, inside, he's bleeding quietly. Right now, he may be holding her hand, posting pictures, keeping busy. But none of that fills the space you used to occupy. You were the calm in his chaos, the one who stood by him when no one else understood him. You saw the broken parts of him and loved him anyway. But he took that love and treated it like it would always be there. He smiled as he let you go, thinking you'd never really leave. But you did. And now, the silence you left behind is louder than any goodbye he ever heard. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And his thoughts, they are filled with regret, but he'll never say it. He thought walking away would be easy. He thought he could replace you with someone new. But what he didn't expect was the way your absence would follow him into every room, into every moment, like a ghost he can't escape. Think of a house once full of music, laughter, life, and then, suddenly, everything stops. No more warmth, no more joy. The lights are still on, the furniture is still there, but it feels empty, cold. That's what happens when the woman who made a place feel like home walks away. He's still in the house, but it no longer feels like living. That's what your silence has done. In relationships, sometimes the most painful cry is the one you never hear. It's not in his voice, it's in his actions, in the way he keeps checking his phone but never texts you, in the way he sees your favorite song pop up and changes it fast, in the way he remembers your birthday but says nothing. Because silence is not peace, it's punishment, and he's living with it every single day. You may have cried out loud, lost sleep, begged the universe for answers, but now you are healing, quietly, powerfully, while he is starting to fall apart. Not in public, no. He won't let the world see it. But in private, he's drowning. You were the calm to his storm, and now the storm has no anchor. And the worst part, he knows it's his fault. But lovely woman, hear this. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer checking your phone. You are no longer hoping he'll come back with changed eyes and better words. You have walked away, not just with your body, but with your soul. You are not his anymore. You have become something he can no longer reach, because you are no longer the woman who begs for love. You are the woman who became the reason he cries in silence. Dear lady, your softness was never weakness. It was power in its most graceful form. And now that you've taken that power back, nothing can shake you. You are no longer trying to be understood. You are no longer proving your worth. You're becoming the kind of woman who no longer waits to be chosen. You have chosen yourself. And that choice, it changed everything. He will cry for you in silence, but you'll be too far gone to hear it. Not out of bitterness, but out of peace. You will be building something better, living in freedom, thriving in joy, because the woman he lost, she did not vanish. She transformed. She became the storm he can never calm again. Write this in the comments, queens, and claim it with every part of your being. He will smile in public, but bleed in private, and I won't be there to save him. Let him carry the weight of his choices. Let your silence speak for you. Let your peace be your power. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of your worth and your strength, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you truth, healing, and powerful lessons that will guide you through the pain and into your reign. You were never meant to break, beautiful woman. You were meant to rise. And your time, It begins now. Number 2. He gave you up like a casual goodbye, not knowing it was his final chapter. Have you ever watched someone say goodbye like it meant nothing, only to realize later it was their biggest mistake? He walked away from you like it was just another day. No hesitation, no fear of losing you. He let you go with the same energy people use to close a door they plan to open again. But he didn't know you were locking it behind him. He thought your love would stay waiting. He thought your heart was a safe place he could return to whenever things got hard. What he didn't know was that your goodbye wasn't temporary. It was final. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul remains quiet even in pain when it knows it did what was right." And right now, you might be feeling the weight of silence. You might be wondering why it hurt so much when you were the one left behind. But what you don't see yet is that he is the one carrying the real pain. Not now, not in public, but later when the noise fades, when the excitement disappears, when he's alone. That's when it will hit him. The quiet grief, the regret, the tears he'll never let anyone see. And by then, you'll be long gone. He didn't leave because you lacked something. He left because he thought love would wait. He thought a woman like you could be paused, put on hold, replaced. He didn't understand that some women are one chance only, not because of ego, but because of value. Because when a woman gives everything, her time, her loyalty, her heart, and she's still treated like an option, she doesn't come back. She builds a new life where she never has to be second again. Think of a book with the most powerful ending, one that changes everything. But he closed it halfway through. He didn't reach the best part. He skipped over your strength, your glow, your rise. And now, he's stuck in old chapters, trying to reread what he threw away. But your story has moved on. The page has turned. And the ending he missed? It no longer includes him. He'll try to act like it's all fine, that his choice was smart, that his new path is better. But deep down, he'll feel it. He'll feel the cold, the silence, the echo of your absence where warmth used to live. He might never say it, but he'll remember the way you loved, the way you forgave, the way you believed in him. And when life doesn't feel the same, when his new choices don't fill the space you once held, that's when the pain will begin. Not the loud kind, the silent one, the one that doesn't let him sleep. But you are not waiting at that door anymore. You're not checking your phone. You're not wondering if he misses you. Because this is where your power begins. Not in proving your worth to him, but in knowing it for yourself. Not in hoping he returns, but in knowing that you never needed someone who could leave so easily. Beautiful woman, you are not broken, you are becoming. The pain you feel is not weakness, it is a rebirth. And when you rise from this, you won't look like the woman who was left behind. You'll look like the woman who became unstoppable. That's what he didn't see coming, that the goodbye he gave so casually would be the last chapter he ever gets in your story. He gave you up like it was nothing, but now your silence will speak louder than anything you could have said. You don't need to scream, you don't need to fight, you don't even need to respond, because the most powerful message is the one written by your absence. And by the time he realizes what he lost, you'll be somewhere else, laughing again, glowing again, living again. But this time, not for him, for you. Now is the time to stop waiting, to stop looking back, to step into your power without apology. No more standing in the shadows, no more being overlooked, no more breaking for someone who was never ready. Because from this moment on, your story is not about who left, it's about the woman who walked away and never needed to return. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. He ended the chapter, but I wrote the story. Let the world know that you are not waiting, you are rising, and you are never going back. Number 3. He'll chase shadows that look like you, but none will feel the same. Have you ever seen a man search for something he can't name? He looks across the room, he scrolls through his phone, he smiles at the woman sitting beside him. But something's missing. Something's always missing. He thought it would be easy to move on. He thought replacing you meant forgetting you, but now he's stuck chasing shadows. Faces that look like you, voices that sound like you, but none of them feel like you. And no matter how hard he tries to replace what he lost, he can't recreate the way you made him feel. Right now, he might act like he's moved on. He might hold her hand, take her out, and post the pictures just to prove a point. But deep down, he knows. He knows he made the wrong choice. Because you weren't just a girl, you were a presence, a fire, a force. And that kind of love doesn't come twice. Now he's stuck comparing. He's looking for pieces of you in places that don't even deserve your shadow. There's a quote by Marcus Aurelius that says, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." He told himself he was happy. He told others that you didn't matter. But lies are heavy, and pretending is exhausting. Because when the lights go out and no one's around, he's not holding her. He's remembering you. You see, love isn't about finding someone who looks good on the outside. It's about who makes your soul feel seen. And that's what he lost. You saw him when he didn't even see himself. You believed in him when he had nothing to offer. You stayed when it was hard. And now, he's learning the hard way. Easy doesn't last. Pretty doesn't mean real. And not every woman can love like you did. Imagine a man walking through a hall of mirrors. Every reflection shows a piece of what he wants. Her hair, your smile, her voice, your fire. But none of it is whole. None of it is real. He walks from mirror to mirror, desperate to find you again. But the more he searches, the more he sees the truth. He had the real thing, and he let it go. At first, he thought you were replaceable. He believed he could find another version of you. But now, every woman after you feels like a copy without a soul. He laughs, but it doesn't reach his chest. He kisses her, but it feels like routine. And every time she tries to be enough, he hears your laughter in the back of his mind, haunting him like a song he can't stop playing. But lovely woman, listen closely. This is no longer about him. This is about you. You are not the shadow. You are the light. You are not the echo. You are the voice. And now you are finally living the way you were meant to, without chasing, without begging, without waiting for anyone to recognize your worth. You are not standing still anymore. You are rising. You are healing. You are creating a life so full, so beautiful, so rich in power that he'll have to watch from a distance. Knowing the woman he's chasing through every shadow is the one he'll never touch again. He will cry for you in silence, not because you were loud, but because your absence is. And when he finally realizes no woman feels like you, no one understands him like you, no one challenges him like you, it will be too late, because you will have already stepped into a version of yourself that no longer even sees him. Beautiful lady, this is your reminder. You were never just a choice. You were the answer. He didn't see it, and now he never will. So rise, breathe, walk with grace and silence. Let your absence do what your presence never could. Make him see your value. Write this in the comments and claim it. He will chase my shadow, but never hold my light. Say it with power, queens. Let the world hear it. Number 4. He let go of gold. Thinking glitter was enough. Have you ever seen someone trade something priceless for something that only looked good from far away? That's what he did. He let go of gold thinking glitter was enough. He had real love in his hands, rare, deep, loyal love. But he wanted something easier, something that sparkled on the surface. He mistook noise for meaning. He thought love meant attention, not connection. So he walked away. And now, he's left with a handful of glitter, but the gold is already gone. At first, he felt proud of his decision. He thought he upgraded. He believed that walking into her arms would feel like freedom. But what he didn't know is that freedom without substance becomes emptiness. That glitter loses its shine when it's not backed by something real. And now, when the excitement fades, when the laughs start to feel forced, when he lays next to her and feels nothing but silence, that's when he starts to remember you. Not your voice, not your face, your presence, your energy. The way you made love feel safe, powerful, unshakable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Right now, his mind is full of questions. Why did I leave her? Why doesn't this feel the same? Why does she remind me of what I lost? But those questions won't be answered. Because you're already gone. Not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You've left the place he expected you to stay in, the space he thought he could always return to. Think of a golden crown left out in the rain. If someone doesn't recognize its value, if they treat it like scrap, it rusts in their absence, only to be found, polished, and placed on the head of the one who knows its worth. That was you. He placed you aside, thinking he'd find another. But golden hearts don't show up twice. And now that yours has moved on, he'll spend years searching, comparing, wishing, and never finding. In a relationship, it's not about who's louder, flashier, or easier to impress. It's about who stands beside you when things get quiet, who sees you fully and still chooses you. And you were that person for him. You offered depth, loyalty, fire. You gave him a safe place to fall, but he traded that for glitter, something shiny, something loud, something that made him feel powerful without asking him to grow. And that decision, that's the one he'll cry about in silence. He may never admit it out loud, he may never say your name again, but his soul will whisper it every time he feels alone. He will see pieces of you in other women, but none of them will fit. None of them will hold the same weight. Because you didn't just love him. You loved him through his mess, his silence, his storm. And now that love is gone. It won't be repeated. Not for him. But you're not that same woman anymore. The one who waited. The one who gave without receiving. The one who broke quietly and still smiled through the pain. No, you've changed. You've grown. You've remembered your worth. And now you are becoming the woman who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't settle. You are becoming the woman who reigns. Dear woman, your silence is louder than every apology he'll never speak. Your distance is the power he never saw coming. You are not bitter. You are better. Not because he left, but because you finally realized you were gold all along. And queens, gold never begs to be held. Gold simply shines, and only the worthy are allowed to carry it. So, lovely queen, hold your head high. Let him sit with the glitter while you build a life of gold. He may cry for you in silence, but you'll be too far gone to hear it. That is your power. That is your peace. That is your revenge. Write this affirmation in the comments and claim it. He let go of gold. I became untouchable. Queens, let this truth live inside you now. No more waiting, no more shrinking, no more questioning if you were enough. You were more than enough. He just wasn't ready for gold. If this message reached your heart, if it reminded you of your worth, your fire, your value, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're here working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons, because you were never meant to be replaced. You were meant to reign. Number 5, he'll lie to everyone, except his own reflection. Have you ever seen a man smile like nothing's wrong, but his eyes give him away? He tells his friends he's fine. He acts like he's moved on. He laughs with her in public, posts pictures that scream happy. But when he's all alone, standing in front of the mirror, that's when the truth shows up. Because the one person he can't lie to is his own reflection, and the woman he sees in his memories. She's no longer his. He let her go, and now she's long gone. He thought walking away would set him free. He thought replacing you would silence the ache, but all he did was trade peace for noise. He tells everyone he's better off, that you were too much, that he's glad it ended. But deep down, he knows what he lost. And every time he looks in the mirror, the truth stares back with a silence so loud, it hurts. Because no matter how strong he pretends to be, regret has a way of showing up when the room is quiet. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." But he didn't choose to be better. He chose comfort. He chose ego. He chose someone who didn't challenge him, didn't push him, didn't love him the way you did. And now, the man who once had your heart is left with only shadows. Shadows that remind him what he threw away. Think of a house with mirrors in every room. You can hide from the world, you can dim the lights, you can cover up the walls, but you can't avoid your own face. That's what he's living in now, a house full of silent truths. The kind of silence that doesn't need words to hurt. The kind of silence that wraps around his chest at 2 a.m. when he remembers your laugh. When he remembers the way you used to look at him like he was everything. But now, he's not even a thought in the world you're building without him. Because you stopped checking his page. You stopped replaying the conversations. You stopped waiting for him to realize. You disappeared, not because you were weak, but because you were done. Done hoping, done explaining, done breaking yourself to be understood. And now he has to carry that silence like a weight. He has to look in the mirror and face the one thing he never thought he'd lose. You. Beautiful lady, this isn't about revenge. This is about power. Quiet power, stoic power. The kind that doesn't yell, doesn't beg, doesn't chase. The kind that says, "I loved you deeply, but I love me more." The kind that walks away with grace, knowing that silence is louder than any goodbye. You didn't disappear because you had nothing left. You disappeared because he didn't deserve the rest of you. Now look at you. You are not the same woman he walked away from. You are stronger, brighter, calmer, unshakable. The kind of woman who no longer needs closure, because peace became your priority. You're building something now, a life that feels like home, a world where you don't shrink to fit, a reality where your worth is never up for debate. And he's stuck looking at his own face, realizing the love he once had is now just a ghost in the mirror. He'll tell his friends he's moved on. He'll lie to the world, hoping it makes the truth disappear. But when the mask falls, when it's just him and his reflection, that's when the truth will break him. He will cry for you in silence, but you'll be long gone. Now hear this, beautiful lady. You are not broken. You are reborn in silence and strength. You don't need to prove anything. The way you moved on without saying a word, that was your power. That was your victory. The mirror never lies, and the one who lost you will see it every single day. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. My silence is the truth he can't run from. Let the world know that you don't need revenge to rise. You just need distance and dignity. And if this message spoke to your heart, if it reminded you of your power, your worth, and everything you survived, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working every day to bring you life-changing lessons, healing words, and the strength you forgot you had. You're not just surviving, Queen. You're ruling now. Number 6. He thought you'd break, but you built an empire instead. Have you ever watched a person wait for you to fall, like standing over a cracked vase, just waiting for it to shatter? That's exactly what he did. He thought the moment he left, you would collapse. He believed your world would stop spinning just because he walked away. He expected silence, tears, heartbreak, a broken version of you. But what he didn't see coming was this: you rising from the same pain he caused, building something stronger from the pieces he left behind. He thought you'd break, but you built an empire instead. There's a quiet kind of strength that doesn't scream, it doesn't beg, it doesn't explain. It simply rises. It chooses power over pain, peace over chaos, silence over drama. You chose that path. And now, he's watching, quietly, secretly, with the same hands that let go now clenched in regret. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are." But those same difficulties also show what kind of woman you are. He put you through it. He walked away thinking you'd chase. He thought your love made you weak. He didn't know that your love was your power, that even in heartbreak you would still glow. Think of a glass window in a storm. At first it rattles, it shakes, the wind hits it hard, and for a second it looks like it might shatter. But then it holds. It doesn't break. It becomes stronger from pressure. That was you. He brought the storm, and you became the shield. He threw silence at you, but you turned that silence into a sanctuary. Now you sit in peace, while he sits in regret. He didn't expect that. He thought if he ignored you long enough, you'd come crawling, that if he chose her, you'd question your worth, that your world would fall apart without him in it. But what he failed to understand is that you were never just a woman in love. You were the force holding it all together. And once you removed your energy, his world started to sink in silence. In relationships, love is not about holding someone tightly. It's about choosing someone every day. And he stopped choosing you. He stopped showing up. He stopped seeing the light you carried, the warmth you gave, the loyalty you offered. But you didn't stop. You chose yourself. You started healing, growing, rebuilding from scratch. And while he was out chasing illusions, you were building something real within yourself. Now look at you. You're standing taller, speaking less, smiling more. And while he scrolls through your photos, wondering how he let that kind of love slip away, you're too busy becoming the woman he never saw coming. You've built an empire, not from revenge, but from reflection, not to prove anything to him, but to finally live for you. You are not broken. You are not small. You are not waiting for anyone to come back and choose you, because now it is you who chooses. You choose peace. You choose purpose. You choose to reign. Dear woman, the pain he caused was real, but your power, it's greater. He thought you'd break, but now he has to live with the truth. He created a queen, and this queen isn't looking back. This queen is walking into rooms that don't remind her of him. This queen is glowing, rising, and commanding a life that no longer includes the man who once made her feel like she wasn't enough. He will cry for you in silence. Oh yes, he will. He will think of the nights you stayed, the love you gave, the way you held space for him when no one else did. But you'll be long gone. And by the time his pride crumbles and the guilt creeps in, your name will be a story he tells himself while staring at a closed door. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. He thought I'd break, but I built an empire instead. Let the world know who you are now. Let him feel the silence. Let him watch you from a distance, because that's the only place he belongs now, behind you. Number 7, he will cry for you, but his tears will arrive at a door you no longer open. Have you ever noticed how some doors never make a sound when they close, but their silence echoes forever? He won't knock right away. He won't reach out while his pride is still winning. But one day, when the nights get colder and the noise fades, he will stand in front of the door he once walked out of and realize it's locked. The door he thought would always be open. The love he thought he could always return to. He will cry for you, quietly, secretly, when no one else is watching. But by then, you will be long gone. There was a time he believed your heart was a home he could visit whenever he pleased. That no matter how many mistakes he made, how many times he walked away, you would be there, waiting. But he never imagined the day would come when your silence would speak louder than all his apologies. He thought he had time. He thought your love was endless. What he didn't know is that the strongest hearts are the ones that eventually stop trying. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." But he chose pride over growth. He chose comfort over change. He chose her, not because she was better, but because she was easier. And now, in the quiet moments when no one else is around, the truth sinks in. He didn't just lose a woman, he lost a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love. Think of a key, a small, simple thing, easy to carry, easy to forget, until the moment you need it, and it's no longer there. That's what your love was. He had the key to something rare, something real, but he threw it aside, thinking the door would always stay open. And now he stands in front of it, empty-handed, regretful, powerless. You gave your heart with no games. You stayed loyal. You fought for him when it was easier to walk away. And in return, he treated your love like an option, not a privilege. But now he's starting to feel what silence really sounds like. It's not quiet, it's haunting. It follows him, in songs, in dreams, in places where your laughter used to live. He'll try to distract himself, but everything will remind him of you. Your energy, your softness, your strength. But when he finally realizes what he lost, you won't be standing there anymore. Because the woman he knew, the one who waited, the one who hoped, she's gone. What stands in her place now is a woman who remembers who she is. A woman who no longer lowers her standards for temporary attention. A woman who no longer opens doors to people who once slammed them in her face. Beautiful lady, you are not here to be an option. You are not here to be a second thought. You are here to reign. Lovely woman, he may cry for you. He may whisper your name in the dark. But tears do not open closed doors. Regret does not rebuild bridges that he set on fire. He had his chance. And now you are rising. Quietly, powerfully. You are healing in silence, glowing in peace, becoming the kind of woman no one ever forgets. And the most powerful part of all, you don't need revenge. You don't need to announce your worth. Your absence says everything. You've stopped knocking on closed hearts. You've stopped waiting for someone to choose you, because you've chosen yourself, and that is a choice you will never regret. Kind-hearted woman, your silence is not weakness. It is a storm held back by grace. Your love was never ordinary, and your exit will never be forgotten. He will cry, yes, but his tears will arrive at a door that no longer opens. Now is your time. No more waiting, no more wondering, no more shrinking. The door is closed, and you, beautiful lady, are walking forward, with fire in your soul and peace in your hands. Write this in the comments and claim it. His tears won't open the door I already closed. Queens, let your voice be heard. Let your power be seen. And if this message reminded you of who you truly are, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons and truth that heals. This is your time. Walk away like the royalty you are, because you were never meant to beg. You were meant to reign.